Jake Noecker here with the man himself, Chase Hooper. Big fight next week, UFC Seattle. Chase, a week out. How we doing, bro?
Good, yeah. Just about ready to start. I don't know, like the beginning of the weight cut stuff. Like they changed the diet a little bit, so that part's gonna suck. And the weight cut itself is gonna suck. But feeling good today. Feeling good right now. Still working hard and ready to go.
Now, I don't need like the secret juice there, but what percentage of weight cut do you get done the week leading up compared to like the day before? Because I know some fighters, they'll drop 20 pounds that Thursday before weigh-ins.
Yeah, I do probably like a 50-50. Like I diet about half of it, and then I cut about half of it. Yeah, it's crazy how much longer it takes on the diet. Like I've been dieting for about 10 weeks, and I'm probably down like probably like 20 pounds, and then yeah, probably another 20 on the water cut, and then we'll see how much weight I can gain in 24 hours, and then it's fight night.
So you're dropping like 30 to 40 pounds in a camp for weight day, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I hold my fat as much in my face, so I don't look like Patty the same. But I definitely fluctuate sometimes. I'm trying to kind of track that down a little bit and like work on, I don't know, not fluctuating so much. But yeah, I mean, you got to enjoy yourself after a fight, anyways.
And the elephant in the room, which is also an absolute shameless plug. Show the fans your t-shirt. You got a merch line out with Home of Fight. All available, homeoffight.com/slash merch right now. There's t-shirt number one. I believe there's one or two more.
Yeah, I got a. Let me see.
If you don't have money, we can pop up the graphic too. But
What?
no, he's got them on him.
I should have wore all three of them and then just started taking them off. I got
Pop
this
them
one
off,
in
yeah.
white and black. Yeah, pretty content with the merch. Oh, I shouldn't have flipped it like that. I'm
You're good.
sorry.
It still works for me. But I actually, and again, shameless plug, but this is not me just shooting the shit. Like Home of Fight, and I'm not in charge of this. This isn't me to praise, but the merch is like, it's quality. Those are like the nicest t-shirts I own.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice. It's got that little oversized fit thing going on, and yeah, gotta rep the hood a little bit.
Looks good, bro. And we'll be posting that. Chase will be posting that. So people make sure to get your Chase Hooper merch ahead of the fight. It's gonna be great, and we'll have more coming soon. But the other big news, which isn't really big news, I just thought it was funny. You're 0.4% Nigerian and Iranian. Is this real?
Yeah, I got a little African ancestry, as you guys can tell. Um, yeah, I guess I maybe shouldn't have revealed that. Now, I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like, would Dober get me if we fought now, or like would he have to not knock me out brutally to prove that he's not racist after knocking out another African American fella brutally, as he always does? Um,
Poor Dober, man. He can't escape it.
hey, it's a you can't win there. It's like, do I try to win this fight, or do I make people think that I'm not racist? Um, that's a hell of a catch-22. I'm very glad to not be in that position, I guess.
Well, I mean, hey, if you guys get matched up, it's same boat. It might not look like the same boat, but it's technically the same boat.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Is if he beats me, then he's racist still. So I'm gonna pull that card for sure.
That was good timing with the interruption there, because I was just saying, like, UFC Seattle,
Yeah.
it's a home one for you. I know it's been 8 or 9 years since you've actually fought there. So cliche, tell me how dope this is.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really hyped for like a lot of the travel stuff more than I am just like fighting at home, I guess. Like for me, it's like, I don't know, Seattle's like a 45-minute drive. I don't know, it'll be cool, I'm sure, the week of, and get a lot of support, get a nice crowd pop, but I'm gonna save so much money on flying people out, like training partners and paying for extra hotel rooms and yeah, just the flight stuff. I'm so excited about that. And the other thing too is like we have to drive pretty much to Seattle to go to the airport anyways, so it'll be way cooler to just not have to get on a plane, especially with the kid. Um, kind of a boring answer, I guess, but that's like maybe the adult answer, I guess, of like
It's the
that's.
real answer.
I'm really excited about not having to pay for travel stuff and not having to sit on a plane for hours, and like that'll be cool. Um, but no, it'll be awesome to yeah, get to fight at home, and then I mean, if I really want, I could sleep in my own bed that night. And yeah, I probably won't want to drive back, but yeah, it'll be super cool, and hopefully, yeah, get that crowd pop, get a nice win in front of the home crowd, and yeah, kick the year off right, get the momentum back, and yeah, we're off to the races.
Is the daughter actually going to be in attendance for this one?
No, I think it was a wise man by the name of Nathaniel Diaz once said. He said, "Ain't nobody need them kids at the fights, you know. Uh, and need no babies at no fights." Something like that. I'm sorry, I'm butchering his
That's good
beautiful,
enough. Some
eloquent quote.
fighters like it. Some fighters like the motivation, I guess. Me personally, hell no. That's just too much pressure.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really feel more pressure than like the pressure to not get beat up by the guy that's like
Fair.
trying to beat me up across the cage. But yeah, I don't know. It's more just like I don't want her like with my wife who's all stressed out, just getting that. She doesn't need that at like a year and a half. So leave her with grandma. Wife goes watches a fight, and then we all meet back up at the hotel later. So yeah, not too bad. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a good fight. Good, get a good win. Everybody will be happy, and then yeah, off to the races.
Lance Gibson's also a Pacific Northwest guy. I think he was actually born in Washington. So who gets this
Yeah,
bigger? Who's bringing the bigger army, if you will?
I think I pretty easily mog him as far as that goes.
You crowd
No,
mog him.
yeah, yeah, crowd mog him. He's Canadian, so come on, you can't renounce your U.S. citizenship and or live in Canada and claim Seattle. Um, I do this thing before fights where I'll like, essentially like a know your enemy type of thing. So it's like I fought Clay, who's from Chicago, so we got some Chicago style pizza. I fought a Swedish guy, so we went to IKEA, that type of shit. Um, so for Lance, I'm thinking like I'm gonna split it up. Like okay, like the Levitt fight was a good one. He's a Vegas guy, but he's also a Mormon. So I went to a Vegas, like a shitty Vegas buffet, and then we went to like one of those soda shops where you get the like dirty sodas.
Yeah.
Kind of disgusting, but I had to do it. It's just one of those weird like superstition things. Uh, Yeah, I mean, I can keep going. I fought a Brazilian guy. We went to Fogo de Chao. Everybody liked that one. They're like, let's line you up with more Brazilians.
But what do you do for the Canadian? Just a lot of maple syrup?
Yeah, I'm thinking either maple syrup. Maybe I'll find some poutine. If he's actually from Seattle, we might hit up Dick's Burgers. That's like a local chain. Um, Pretty good burgers, I will say. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do a twofer on that one. Get some Canadian stuff. Get some Seattle stuff. Maybe throw a fish around Pike Place or something. We'll see what the week brings us.
Thoughts on Lance Gibson? Have you guys ever cross paths up in that Pacific Northwest scene?
Yeah, lightly. I mean, like we never trained together or anything, but I've had teammates on the card with him, so like we've shared a back room.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I've seen him warm up before his fight. I didn't watch his fight. I was too busy, helping my teammates out. But yeah, no, I'm familiar with him. It's one of those things where like I don't know, UFC is gonna save a ton of money on the flights, probably, but I don't know. It's a fun matchup. I feel like he's kind of one of those guys where he like enjoys point fighting a little more, which is
Mhm.
kind of like a style that I just needed to get used to, I guess. So we've been doing plenty of that in camp. Like I have such an easier time with guys that are just trying to, throw down in the pocket, or like guys that are trying to like beat me up versus like guys that are trying to, run around and like just jab and leg kick as he seems to do. I mean,
Mhm.
he got a little wild off in the start of the Bobby Green fight, but yeah, I mean, it just keeping up, checking those leg kicks and wrestling them up. If I'm not the better man on the ground, then it's gonna be a rough night for me. But I don't believe I've really run into that yet. So we'll find out, I guess, come fight night.
Is this a fight you see going the distance, you outclassing his point striking, or do you think he maybe falls into a trap and you do find a finish?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm really here for either. Um, I don't. I push the cardio so much in camp that like when the fight ends early, I kind of am like low key disappointed that I didn't get to like push the pace like that.
You didn't get to use your
Um,
stuff.
yeah, I'm like, okay, so I like I sleep in an altitude tent in camp. So I'm sleeping in an altitude tent for like 6 or 8 weeks, and it
Mm.
sucks. Like it's so annoying, and it's like it's loud, it's uncomfortable. I'm doing taking all these extra supplements, doing all this extra cardio stuff, And then to just have like all that culminate into like a couple minutes, and it's like I didn't even need the cardio. It's just kind of disappointing, but I guess I can't look a gift horse in the mouth, and like whether a easy finish comes or whether we got to go the full 15 minutes, I'll be here for it. Just yeah, keeping those hands up, checking the kicks, and we'll be all right.
I know you're a massive, massive shit talker. So any message to Lance Gibson? And that was a joke.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on my NPC behavior. No, I don't know. I guess, yeah, see you when I see you. Send him back to Canada. Hopefully he drove. That'd be good for me. It's like a 4-hour drive probably for him. I want his back to be kind of aching on the way down. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
That's a good message. That's a good
Yeah.
message. And something else about this camp that I saw you talk about briefly on James Lynch, but you've been working with Cory Sandhagen a little bit.
Mm.
How have those vibes been overall?
Yeah, I just happened to like my in-laws wanted to go do some skiing in Colorado. Um and then my wife was like, "Oh, hey, like are we going to be able to go with?" And I was like, "If I can find somewhere to train, then I will for sure." Yeah, ended up at Corey's gym. Just I don't know, DM'd him on Instagram. We've kind of got some mutuals, so it was not that hard to, get vouched for, I guess, of like, hey, this guy's cool enough to train with, if that was needed, whatever. But yeah, no, great training down there. It was cool to, yeah, be able to train on the mat with some legends of the sport and some guys that are really high up in the divisions right now. Like Justin Gaethje was there at the sparring. I
Mm.
mean, I ducked him. He was looking a little big. But like Tatsuro Tyro is there. He's getting ready for his camp. I saw Brandon Royval was there. I told him, I was like, don't bring your boy. You're gonna give me a PTSD, that type of thing. Um, no, Corey was there. Got some great rounds with him. There's tons of good guys out of his camp, and I mean his gym. He literally just opened it probably like a month ago.
Hmm.
But the mat space was full, and there was tons of good training partners. So very fortunate to be able to get to work with him, and yeah, just again testing that cardio at the Mile High city of Denver, and yeah, felt great. So I'm going into this camp healthy, happy, and ready to make it happen.
And Canada sneaking in here again because Iman Zahabi gets this shot over Cory against Sean. What are your thoughts there? You think Cory and Sean would have been that better fight?
100%. I was talking to Corey before. It's funny because I was like, "Oh, you got anything in the works?" I don't know. It's just like pretty easy question to ask other guys. And he was like, "Yeah, I think it'll be between Eamon or Sean, depending on which one UFC gives me." And then well, it turns out it's gonna be neither. But I don't know. That's the way the matchmaking goes sometimes. I think, yeah, I think they were trying to give Sean like as much of a layup as they could give him, like a shorter guy that will strike a little bit. He wrestles a little bit, but not the same level as Marab, who he just lost to twice. So they're trying to get O'Malley a win. But I would have loved to see him and Corey go at it. I think, and I talked to Corey about this. I think O'Malley's more like a Conor McGregor type of striker, where he's like the whole fight, he's like setting up for one sequence.
Hmm.
Like he did not. The Aljo fight was his kind of Connor Aldo moment, where this whole fight he was setting up for this one specific sequence from Aljo, and then hits the perfect counter, gets the KO. We're like short notice, like the Moutinho fight, like went to a decision, that type of thing. Obviously, Moutinho is super tough, but I think O'Malley is a guy that does really well when he has a full camp, trying to dissect guys. Where I feel Corey's, um, and he says it himself, like he doesn't have like tricks, like he's not trying to look for specific stuff. I think his like fight IQ is so high, and I mean, I would just love to see that matchup again. It's the guy, the knockout artist versus the guy with just great fundamentals that is kind of in there to bang it out all night, and similar length, similar height. So I mean, I'm hoping that fight happens someday soon too. We'll see.
Yeah, man, me too. That's absolutely one of the fights to make. And I was actually talking to Brian Battle recently,
Mm.
and I was like, "Hey, man, how do you feel about this White House card, especially with like the Netflix card being announced? Everybody comparing the two." And Brian was like, "Hey, man, people are shitting on this White House card for no reason. The only way people are going to be happy is if you got John Jones or McGregor on there." So, how do you feel about this White House card overall?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of pumped it up like quite an amount where they're like, oh, we're gonna have 6 title fights or whatever, which that I think they probably realized pretty quickly is like, oh, that's gonna drain all the rest of our cards of like good matchups, and it's like, why are we gonna throw all these title fights on here and not be able to make any money from it,
Yeah.
and probably actively lose a ton of money, and then kind of screw ourselves over for the rest of the year of like, okay, all these guys just fought. It throws off the rotation. They like having a couple title fights spaced out. Um, but yeah, I think it's honestly a good card. There's some fun matchups. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm honestly just surprised that it ends up being like so small. I don't know why they wouldn't just make it a full card at that point. But
Agreed.
I'm sure it's a lot of hoops to jump through as far as like finding guys without criminal records. It sounded like I heard they didn't want any Russians on there. Guys whose corners don't have any, background, stuff like that. Um, so I'm sure a lot of work went into even finding a small enough pool of guys that they could make that happen with. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a ton of moving pieces as there are with any UFC card, but double or triple that obviously, and yeah, I'm happy with the card how it came out, and I'll definitely be watching it. So I mean, people don't have to pay for it, so I don't know what
Right.
I don't know what all they're complaining about anymore, if it's free anyways, or $10 or whatever the hell the monthly subscription is.
We're at 15 minutes. You got time for 3 more questions?
Yeah.
My man. First off is I have to ask you about the main event of that card because it is your division. Justin Gaethje, Ilia Topuria. Who
Mm.
wins?
I love Justin, and I want him to win. I want him to get that belt, that fairy tale ending, for his career. But god dang, Ilia has just been murdering all the legends of the sport, and that I'm very depressed by this matchup happening. Because I mean, who would have thought to take out Volk, to take out Max, to take out Charles? Like, I would have much rather seen Ilya and Islam. That way, I
Yeah.
could at least be happy with him beating a Dagestani guy finally. But no, I think I'll just be depressed, just like I was when I saw him fight Charles. We immediately turned the fight off, and then everybody was just in silence for a while.
Yeah.
I think it'll be kind of that same thing, which I think Steve Garcia said it. He's like, why like the Americans on the card are getting like some of these crazy tough matchups. Like, don't you want them to win at home? But I don't know. Is what it is. I'm
Be a wild
yeah.
win though if he flips it.
Oh, I'm hoping for him, but damn, it's an uphill battle against this tough guy in his
Yeah.
prime. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Now, where if you're a UFC matchmaker, put the hat on for a second. Where does Arman Tsarukyan fit into all this? Also in your division.
Yeah, I mean Arman. I mean, I don't know who we match him up with. If Because it seemed like they're kind of giving him the longest route they can, especially after pulling out of the Islam fight, which they tried to make it seem like it was an injury where like it kind of later I was hearing like, oh, he wasn't going to make weight, so he pulled out, that type of thing. It's like, why do the fight if you're not going to get a belt for it?
Sure.
um that's probably what I see as the more likely scenario, and that's why UFC's treating him the way they are. Because the dietitians and the weight cut staff were like all in contact with you the whole night.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think probably maybe they don't really want to do Patty like that, so I don't know who they throw him against. Unless they're like, hey, Arman, you want to move up to 170 and fight those other wrestlers? Like, I don't think that they want. It's one of those things where like they're trying to give him the Evelev, like the Mosar Evelev. Same thing they did with the Bilal. Like, what's the longest, most drawn out path we can give you to the title against the toughest guys possible? So I don't even know who he hasn't fought in the top 5 yet. Because I don't think they want to do Patty like that. He's already beat Charles. I mean, Justin's fighting for the belt. I don't know if he'll keep fighting if he loses. Um, do you give him Ilia after sitting out for so long? Like, it's such a weird spot for sure.
That's what I would do, but I'm just a fan, so
Fair
not
enough.
not my decision. And my last question, Chase, is back to you. Before this fight, or before your last fight, 3 in a row.
Hmm.
Drop one
5 in
with
a
the
row.
Oh yeah, because you had a grappling match that breaks the topology there. That's why I said 3 in a row.
Oh yeah.
So 5 in a row. Pardon me.
You're
Further
good.
proves my point. Dropping one with another win here, right back. One, does the momentum pick back right where left off? And two, what does the rest of your 2026 ideally look like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you get the same momentum back from beating a guy that's only had one UFC fight versus what I would have got from the Hernandez fight. But I think it just puts me back in the forward momentum. Yeah, I hopefully, working my way back up the division. Just really, I'm open to. We've never said no to a fight. Like I'll take whatever fight UFC wants me to get, and yeah, I wouldn't mind having 2 or 3 fights this year. 3 would be nice if I'm able to stay healthy and get those wins. And yeah, just try to get the momentum back. And yeah, I mean, I don't have much to do. I think I'm starting to like not enjoy the time between fights as much. Like just not having anything going on kind of sucks. Like from August from my last fight to this one, it was like 7 months, which is, I mean, the second longest amount of time they've given me between fights. And yeah, I've been super bored, been waiting for something to do. So I'm just happy to be back in camp and hoping that we can kind of keep that momentum going forward. But got to get through Lance here next Saturday, and we'll go from there.
Love it, bro. March 28th, UFC Seattle. Chase Hooper, Lance Gibson Jr. Super excited for this one. Chase, before I get you out of here, anything for the fans?
Buy the merch, get the hood merch. You automatically are valid in the hood. You get invited to all the cookouts if you wear this. Yeah.
Confirmed. My shirt's coming next week, and I'll be at the cookouts. Chase Hooper, you the
Yeah.
man. Thank you so much, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss it. UFC Seattle next week, maybe this week if you're watching then. But Chase, kick some ass, brother.
Awesome. See ya.